Thanks for coming again, guys. We wrapped up a week last week that was, I really think, good for our program as we look towards the future. There was a lot of attention given to the prep and to the game, and we challenged our guys to focus on what was going on in the building. And when we got down to, Fargo, really focus on the field because it's a tough environment and, a crowd that can get on you a bit. I thought our guys handled all that situation very well. Obviously, we were disappointed with parts of our performance, but we also found some positives. And, the one thing was our effort. We really take pride in playing hard and playing the entire game and not letting the scoreboard discourage us. And I thought our guys did a good job of that. The things defensively, we, pride ourselves in stopping the run and gave up the one explosive 35 yards and then another 17-yarder. We obviously concerned about those, but, the 40 other runs, we held up pretty well. Got to eliminate big pass plays on defense. Got to be solid on special teams. We gave up one return, but we also made some plays on special teams that we're happy about. And then offensively, we just got to really work hard to get back to some things that will work for us, get our guys the ball in some space and be able to make some plays and make some progress offensively to give ourselves a better chance to have a positive result this Saturday.
Kind of been an up and down first 3 weeks of the season, kind of assess as a whole the pre-conference schedule for you guys, knowing that you're leaving out 2-1, not so bad.
Yeah, we felt it would be challenging. We, went on the road and really had a first good game. We understand that. Did we handle that situation as well as we could have? That story's yet to be told throughout the entire season. I think we could have done better. Second week, we get off to a good start, and we sputter in the second half, and we're really kind of caught in that rut a little bit. But let's keep it in perspective now. We were playing a very good team on the road in a tough environment on Saturday, and we need to learn from that, but we got to look forward to it. We're really excited about preparing for Cal Davis. This is going to be a physical football team coming in. They play with a fullback, and it's kind of the old NCC days for some of us that were around at that time, and they're a team that wants to run the football and play action pass, and then defensively they're stout up front, so we'll be challenged again by a real physical defense. So the first 3 weeks, we'll see how we handle it. We got to keep learning every week and still love our team. They're working hard and working to get better, so that's important.
Last week we talked about some of the rushing woes where you can spread some blame around, whether it was the quarterback, the line, the running backs hitting the right spots. You still feel the same way as you move forward, trying to find answers in the run game?
Yeah, I would call it concerns. We don't want to blame or point fingers at any one particular thing. Concerns that we got to get better. It takes a lot to execute a good running game, and that's our concern right now. We got to get on the same page. We got to have our guys get on the right guy. We got to have our quarterback get us in the right play, and we got to have our running back run where the ball's supposed to be run. And is that always a perfect picture? No, you got to let those guys be athletes. But we made some choices that did not help us this past Saturday again. But once again, that football team we played Saturday, I believe, was much improved defensively from week 1 to their third game, and that was actually 3 weeks they had to make some changes and get better, and I think they're a better football team than they were in week 1.
Coach, you mentioned the effort that you were proud of with your guys, and after the game you said specifically with Keaton about how he stays calm and how that's going to help you in the future. Where do you see that playing a role as you go into conference play?
Well, you gotta really respect a guy that gets hit and things aren't going well, that he can plug away and stick with it. I still like his demeanor. And I've said this again and again. The first game we saw him in action, he was that way, and there was a tough situation for him. So I think he learned from that situation, and he's able to do that now. He puts an awful lot of pressure on himself because he has a lot of pride in doing his job correctly. So we need to get him better. He knows he can play better than he did Saturday, but that was a difficult situation to play in. If we need to get yards on first and second down and then put us in more manageable third downs if we want success against any opponent. But in that situation, it's really important to do that.
Speaking of third downs, on the other side of the ball on defense, I know that was a focus for you coming into this season. Did you address anything yesterday? I think they were 9 of 17 on third downs. Was that a topic of conversation yesterday?
Well, we looked at it, and let's not forget their quarterback's pretty good. And, he made some of those plays. The ones we were disappointed about, we had chances to stop drives and have them kick field goals on third down, and those are key. Because as you look back, if you can stop them in those situations, it keeps you close and gives you a different feel on the sideline and boosts confidence. So all the time we are taking a look at what we called. Was it the play call? Was it the execution or lack of execution by our defense? Was it just their offense making a good play? Some of those we'll have to give them a little credit. They made some good plays too, but we want to do better, and we can do better.
Is there any concern that you guys are trending backwards? I mean, you guys started off so great at Wyoming, and then the last couple of quarters it hasn't been quite what we saw. Is there any concern?
Well, we'd like to be realistic. After our first game of the season, to replicate that is going to be difficult to do. I mean, we were spot on that game, and we didn't turn it over. We had no penalties on offense, and we hit big plays and all that led to momentum. And when you get momentum, you feel better about yourself, and it's just easier to play. Let's call it what it is. So, sure, we have a concern, but we have a concern on how we make those explosive plays and how we get closer to that effort and get things corrected.
Coach, with the injury to Zach Arnell, how do things shake up in the secondary now?
Well, what we'll do is Cole Reyes will move to free safety, and Juwan Johnson will be at strong safety. William James, who is an experienced player for us, will get a more active role in a rotation. Dylan Olsen moves into the 2 deep, and that injury, unfortunate as it is, Zach Arnell, I can't say enough about how that young man came in from California and really bought in to what we're doing and what we're attempting to do here at the University of North Dakota. He was a hard worker, was getting better every day on the field, and it's really unfortunate. But, it's something we have to move forward, and, we're going to give other guys opportunities and really coach them hard and get them ready to play.
Are we calling it season ending with Zach?
Yeah, it's season ending. Yep.
Is there a level of excitement now that you're done with the non-conference and now you get to really get into Big Sky play?
Well, there sure is, because we really focus on conference play, and the vision for our program, we don't shy away from that. In our day-by-day philosophy, the vision is to move us to the top of the Big Sky Conference. I really believe we have an opportunity to do that in this program with our resources, with our staff, with the young men we have in the program, and we don't put a timeline on it. We want to do that as quickly as we can, so this is an important game for us to get headed in the right direction.
What did you see out of Tyus Carter and Brian Labatt to kind of make a move on the depth chart there?
Brian's been real active on defense, being real solid in the play calls and executing the defense. So we just really feel we should have him out there at the beginning of the game. And Tyus Carter, just a really good athlete. We played him a lot more this Saturday. We played him 20-some snaps the Saturday before, and he played pretty solid, and he's got a lot of talent. So we just feel he's ready to be inserted into the lineup. And, with young players, they got to be able to handle that, because we don't want anybody really comfortable in their situation. We want them really pushing to get better and better.
Any sort of update on Clive George's availability down the stretch? He's still a ways away on that?
Yeah, he is. It'll be a couple more weeks, maybe 3 more weeks here, and he's able to run this week, which is good because he can keep his legs and keep his lower body in shape. But we got to make sure that he heals, so we get him back for the long run once he comes back.
What jumps out at you about UC Davis?
I really like their offensive line. They're very, very mobile. They get after you, and they want to run the football. So this will be a good test for us. They run the football. They play with a fullback most of their snaps. Quarterback is a very good player. They got a receiver that we better know where he is too, and So, but running the football and physical play is one thing that really jumps out. And then defensively, I thought they really took a nice jump from their second game to their third game. I thought they played a lot better defensively this past week.